afternoon. My stomach is sick. The logistical problems that are going on at work right now. I contemplated not streaming, but then I chose to just say I've got nothing to say. Just in case. There you go. And it was like running in place. It was like running in place. What else? What else going on? I left a little earlier than I expected because I left a little earlier than expected because I've got to get my daughter to the doctor's office. She's had hearing problems on and off for years, possibly even since birth. And recently it's gotten a lot worse. And it's just, seeing as how I clocked in at 2:15. There was nobody griping that I was leaving after 13 hours because we're there until at work. As far as I'm concerned, I'm glad to have a job, and I can only do what I can do. As far as what is happening at work right now goes, it is literally the worst. Now, leadership, that's a different story. Making some decisions that are making everybody's lives miserable for the sake of the customer. You got to do everything you can for the sake of the customer, which is true, except when what you do for the customer hurts the customer. Not good. Like, let's say you're a tour guide, a boat tour guide, and for every customer you have, you want to give them a souvenir, and you love your customers so much when they go on this boat ride, you're going to give them a piece of the boat. So you rip up a board and you give your customer a piece of the boat, and that's how awesome they are to you. You want to actually give them a souvenir from the boat. You do that. Well, how long can you do that before you can't do it anymore? That's what I mean. And yeah, that's a hyperbolic metaphor. I'll tell you what it's a long day when you start at 2:15. I was kicking pretty good though. No falling asleep issues or any of that. On 4 hours of sleep, I think I handled myself pretty well. So here's what's crazy. I had fine, whatever. You want to do that? You better kick it into high gear. Tell you what, Walmart, messing up my day. Save money, live better. Anyway, so here's what's crazy. I had like 5 and 6 people this morning at 1 o'clock, 1:15, 1:30, 1:45 when I was streaming on my way to work. I had more people at that time than right now, which is just kind of a little bit funny to me. I see that there's one person here now, but If you could take a walk in my shoes, you might understand why I don't prepare anything for live streaming. It's a video journal. It's a vlog. It's not a television show. I'm not a producer, and I'm not programming you. Does that make sense? I'm not programming you. I'm just living and sharing the living. I've made that pretty clear. It's not programming. So, gotta get my little girl, my oldest child, to the doctor. And I'll probably go to sleep at a more decent hour tonight. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know. But I'm already, what did I do? 4:20, 1:15, 3:15. I'm at 42 hours. So it's Thursday. It's Thursday, and I'm at 42. Which doesn't sound like very much when you put it that way. It's like, oh, wow. The commute, that would put it at 50 hours if you factor in the commute. Ooh. So, it is what it is. Sergeant Peterson, did you take a nap? It was like 13 hours ago that I saw you, though. And Greta. I hope you all got a good night's sleep. Y'all were up super late. It's just kind of funny. It's kind of funny to see you on my way to work and see you on my way from work. I think that's a little funny. It's pretty funny. Guys, I can't tell you. I'm telling you. I can't tell you. I am telling you. I really want the job. I really want the remote job that I referenced before. It is, it's not, it's the perfect situation. I can't necessarily call it the perfect job, but it is a really excellent, ideal circumstance and situation of a job that I could really, really make an impact in the company as the third man. So there was the first owner, and then the second partner, and then I would be an employee, which is fine. Hey, remember? Delta. I'm a Delta Bravo. And that's fine. I'm fine with that. Seriously. Yeah, you're right. You don't get paid to commute. That's why I'm hoping to God that I get this job that would be a stay-at-home. It would be a stay-at-home position. Hi, Moosehead. I have no idea what you just told me. It makes no sense to my brain. It could be due to sleep deprivation, or because you didn't form a complete sentence. I don't know which, so do not take offense. Or take offense. I mean, whatever you want to do. It's a free country. So, moving closer is the option that we will pursue. If here's the silly thing. Come December or January, all employees that are working at the location that I'm working at will relocate to Pensacola instead of Milton, turning my commute in half. So moving closer to the situation would just be short-sighted. So there's dynamics, but then if I get the other job, I'm moving far, far away. That's the plan. That is the plan. Hey, breath of fresh air. Let's see. Yeah, stay-at-home job. We've done it before, just under completely different circumstances. Stay-at-home would be fantastic. Truly fantastic. So, today is Thursday. I got 4 hours of sleep last night. I guess I got 4. It feels like a little bit less, but it was probably just 2 sleep cycles. 2.5. The night before I had gotten 5. So, ebb and flow, right? I didn't put you on I didn't put the phone on the mount because it's like 117 million degrees, and the dash it'll heat the phone up. Transference of heat or whatever. Conduction. I think that's the right word. Whatever. You don't have to say on air if you don't want. Oh, the other job that it's not located anywhere. It's completely online. 100%. I can live anywhere in the world with internet. Good internet. So yes, I'm praying that that works out. So yeah. I hear you, Greta. I hear you. Everybody's getting off early, huh? What in the world? Special day. Yeah, but I've got to take my oldest child to the doctor. That's part of why I would have stayed until 5, and it would have been a 15-hour day instead of a 13-hour day. But it's all good. I really wouldn't have accomplished that much more anyway. You get to a certain point when you've been, it just doesn't work anymore. I tell you what. So this is what work is like metaphorically right now. Imagine imagine trying to knit a blanket, but all of a sudden you've got Freddy Krueger hands. All of a sudden, and all the skin has been ripped off of your fingers, and it's all just muscle and bone, and you still have to knit. So metaphorically, that's how handicapped. Oh, but instead of like you only normally having to do like one blanket a day, all of a sudden, like for no apparent reason, you have to do 3, and your hand's skin has been ripped off, and you still have to knit the blanket. So that is the metaphor for the level of handicap and disability that is currently underway for everyone, not just myself. This isn't like a personal thing. We are under duress. It's a madness, and this is all probably really. I guess I could lose my job for saying all that. It's probably the case. I mean, that's pretty much why I never say where I work, except for when I accidentally say where I work. And I would never say all of it in one sentence necessarily, or I try not to. But I'm not even complaining about. I'm not complaining about the company. I'm complaining about circumstances that are actually not specific to my company. Apparently, excuse me, refi has gone insane nationwide. People are getting refis like it's the end of the world. Well, not like it's the end of the world, because that wouldn't make any sense. Like it's the opposite of the end of the world. I don't know. Why is that at 76? Who put it at 76? How do these things happen? Far, far away from the reason of not being in Pensacola. No, it's not because I want to get away from Pensacola. I'm just referring to a far-off place. The rad land of Cliff is the option if I get this job. If I don't get this job that I interviewed for last night, then I'm going to take it as a sign. Doesn't mean a never situation, it just means not right now. I kind of, just put it in God's hands, what's going on. It's actually Larry King, happy birthday. Somebody, go send Larry King a gift or put a toe in the chat for celebration. Either way, but if he has a way to receive some type of birthday gift, then hook a brother up. Still living without cruise control. It's pretty much like I'm in a third world country. Got to be one of the most terrifically terrifying things to happen to me in the last, probably my entire life, is to not have cruise control. Now that's hyperbolic. I'll tell you what, that's hyperbolic to the max. To the Maximus. I'm a typically hyperbolic kind of guy. is what it is. What it is. Slow it down to 60. It takes so much mental effort. It's frustrating. Just saying. Oh yeah, so there's this company. I've seen this before. It's a pest control company. Pest mosquito lawn is what it says. And the name of their website is ensec.net. And every time I see it, ensec.net, I think of 1984 INGSOC for English Socialism. I think INGSOC. It's different letters, different vowels, but it's the same consonants. And anyway, it just makes me think of it, and I go, look at that. Isn't that interesting? It's not that interesting, but you know. Hey, somebody thumbed down my video this morning. I don't know why, though. You know? I thought I had 100% approval rating. Except for... No, I'm just playing. I don't know why, though. I never know why. Because the people that thumbs down don't have... apparently don't have the ability to comment. Possibly because it's been taken away. It's interesting that they're still allowed to thumb down your stuff. I guess it's fine. It's whatever. But it's interesting. Oh yeah, definitely pray for Larry King. He's got a missions trip. I can't remember if youth are involved or not. I think they are. Pretty sure they are. Pretty sure it's a youth missions trip. Anyway, bottom line is Larry King needs a little miniature act of Congress for... slow it down. Slow it down. Everybody's speeding around me. I'm going to slow it down. Go the speed limit. He needs his passport, guys. You see it in the chat. Pray for a brother. Act of God. Obviously, God is very well capable. Very well capable. 21st of May. Yeah, that's over too. Yeah, that's probably over 14 business days at this point. 3 weeks. Yeah. Hey, I just got a phone call. You all need to let me know if my audio is messed up. In my experience, every time I get a phone call, my audio for recording is ruined permanently. So let me know if my audio is still okay, please. Youth camp, yeah, gotcha. Guys, I was totally listening to... I hope you can hear me. I haven't gotten confirmation yet. I was trying to give it a little time. I totally was listening yesterday to Martin Luther's book on the Jews and their lies. Audio, and it was narrated by some, I don't know, some Harley Davidson biker guy. He had a deep, raspy voice. He sounded like like a biker dude. And it was good, though. I enjoyed it. He gave nice emphasis on the words and stuff. But, wow. That book is legendary. Martin Luther was a beast. I had no idea. That dude laid it down. Hardcore. Alright, well. I'm just going to assume you can still hear me, I guess. I don't know why it messes up sometimes and not others. I don't know. Alright, cool. Glad to hear. Thank you. Alright. My arm is getting... This thing is... Oh, it's... Oh, yeah. It's not that bad. I think we'll be okay. I'll stick it back up there. The dash is hot, but the little Dilio isn't transferring too much heat right now, so that's good. The sun's not too intense. Gotta love this Saab. Gotta love a Saab. The Swedish ones were better. Swedish ones were better. I don't know, y'all. So pray that Larry King gets his passport, because that's the stupid bummer if that doesn't work out. But the way I look at it, just like my job, just like my daughter, just like all these other things that we have on the prayer list, God is sovereign. You know, when I started this stream, that's really what was on my mind, was God's providence, His sovereignty. Yes, to the topic. I don't want to get anybody's hopes up. Like my hopes for every time I hit the not the check engine, the cruise control button. Tell you what. I'll tell you what. I think I've told you what. Let's steal it? Oh, no, it's right here. I thought it was like this weird magic trick where you stole my air vent mount. Because that would be awesome. Like all of a sudden you post a picture and you're holding this. You're like, ha ha. Not that you sound like that by any means, but you're in Hawaii. You're like, I've got your air vent mount. I've got your air vent mount. Meh, 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 meh. And I'm like, that makes no sense at all. But yeah, I've got it. The problem is, Whistle Boy helped me understand when I put to the end of the is when I figure out my microphone situation. That I think honestly the only issue with my microphone was that I got a phone call and the iPhone doesn't know how to handle that. I wish I could turn of the phone functionality off and still that I don't. If the Lord wants me to take this trip, He will move to make yeah, absolutely. You got it, man. LOL, I just found one. Wow, that is kind of funny, actually. Let's see. Still. That's really cool, Larry. It's good perspective, man. That's good. It's very good. All right. How? It is pretty warm, though. My phone is pretty warm. I should probably just keep on holding it. Or just shut it off. I could just say goodbye. I really don't have anything else to say. Be grateful and thankful in the Lord for each other. And I'm exhausted, guys. But it's all good. It's totally all good. But yeah, I'm at 42 hours. It doesn't even help. I left early, well, twice this week. Maybe that makes a difference if you understand that I left early. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's so meaningless. Sorry for wasting your time on the silly talk of math and stuff that's only relevant to myself, really. It's funny because I talk these things out just to bed early today, and he'll say something along the lines of, so I'm just trying to let somebody know because they're anyway, and he'll be like, ooh, oh no, money, and I'm always like, well, I wasn't complaining. He's at work right now, so he's not watching. Might drive. She'll probably drive, but we've got to. Ugh. Not a big pet fan personally. It's one of my quirks. I'm not really a pet guy. Yeah. However, I did something that is slightly, not necessarily out of character, but it's not that I'm heartless towards animals. I saw a little bird with his mouth I don't know if that bird could even shut its mouth. That mouth was wide open. So anyway, I was wondering if it was injured, but it was just basically one of those newborn fledglings or whatever that happened to be on the ground, and I think it was just transitioning. It wasn't ready to fly yet, and it wasn't very... I was walking, and I walked by this bird, and I was like, oh, that was weird. That bird didn't fly away. But it's in the road, So I'm like, oh, okay, so it doesn't have a reflex to be able to fly away. It means it's tapped it in the bottom to scoot. I didn't make that noise. I'm just making that noise for story purposes. And I just hey, go. So anyway, I kept on trying to make it go this one direction, and it was not participating. And basically, I just didn't want to touch it. When I see a bird, I think salmonella. And I know not all birds have salmonella. I get it, kind of. But that's just what I think, so it's whatever. I'm prejudiced, It's just how it is. It's my quirk, as I'm saying. So anyway, I scoot the bird all the way, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, 3 adult birds. Okay, they weren't crows. I'm not making good. They were very loud. They were flying around me. They weren't attacking me, but it was very clear they were very concerned about their little chick, and rightfully so, because I could have squashed it with one step. This thing would have fit in my hand, but it was a decent sized baby bird. But and I get it. So I get it to the grass finally, and I start walking, and then I look back, and I'm like, oh man, is that thing gonna try and go back into the road? And it kind of did a little bit, but then what happened was one of the birds came down to the ground and coached the baby bird back off of the road. It was a very interesting thing to witness and watch go down. And that's my little bird story from today at my lunch break. And yeah, the birds. The birds. The birds, the birds, the birds, the birds, the birds. The birds. Birds. Okay, that's not how it goes. It's bears. The bears. The bears, the bears, the bears, the bears, the bulls. The bears. Bears. The bulls. The bulls. Bulls. Mike Ditka. All right. We're done with this silliness. Yeah, I'll try and rest. Thank you. Hey, gotta move those cattle around. Give them new grass. That's awesome. You're for the birds, man. Yeah, that's right. I've had compassion, is what it is. I'm not really interested in having pets or any of that, but I have compassion, even for the animals that I know are, subordinate. I have dominion over them, but that doesn't mean I have to have hatred towards them or just let them needlessly be destroyed. I had compassion. So anyway, y'all have a good one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. And let's not lean on our own understanding for things, guys. Let's rely